What's up, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jeff with DBS CCG Life, and I am coming to you today with a multicolor Vegito deck profile. This is an incredibly fun deck. I love it so much, so let's go ahead and get into it. Permanent each Son Goku and Vegeta in all of your areas gain red, blue, and green colors. So essentially, if you charge a yellow Goku, you can tap for 4 colors. It's pretty insane. Auto, when this card attacks, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck in the drop area. If that card is red, this card gains plus 5k power for the duration of the turn. But of course, with this deck, we don't really worry about that auto too much. Awaken, when your life is at 4 or less, you may draw 2 cards and flip this card over. So let's go ahead and go over to the backside. Fusion Warrior Super Saiyan Vegito. Permanent, each Son Goku and Vegeta in all of your areas gain red, blue, and green colors, so the exact same ability as the front side. Auto, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. And if there are 10 or more total Son Goku and Vegeta in your drop, this card gains plus 5k power and double strike for the duration of the turn. So pretty good leader, allows your Goku and Vegeta to tap for 1 of 3 colors or 4 colors, so it makes for a really good deck. So let's go ahead and get into the main deck. First on the list, we're playing 2 Vegeta Fatherly Encouragement. So it says counterattack, negate the attack, and play this card. Auto, if it's your opponent's turn, when this card is used in a combo, choose up to 1 Trunks Future card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. Now, of course, that second ability we won't be worrying about because we don't play any Trunks Future cards in this deck. However, the negate does come in handy at times. So next, we are going to be playing 2 Vegeta Father-Son Teamwork. Now mind you, most of these Goku and Vegetas I play in this deck are specifically for charging, so I don't use a lot of their skills because of the fact they're not relevant to this deck at all. So just think of most of them as vanilla cards. So next we are playing 3 SSB Vegeta Future on the Line. Now this card does come in handy sometimes. EX Evolve for 1, draw 1 card, yellow Vegeta with an energy cost of 1. Auto, when this card is played, use an EX Evolve, switch it to active mode. Auto, once per turn, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and KO it. So pretty good removal there. I do like using this sometimes when the negate Vegeta does come up, so this is not a bad card to have at all. Next, we are playing 2 Vegeta Resolve Renewed. This card says counterplay, if your leader card is a Vegito card, if the battle card being played has 15k power or less, it is placed in its owner's drop area instead of being played. Then play this card. So pretty good counterplay. Permanent, if you have 3 or more energy, reduce the energy cost of this card in your deck and hand by 2. Activate main for 1 red. If your leader card is a Vegito card and you add 1 card from your life to your hand, play this card from your hand. So pretty decent. It allows you to take a life to play it because you're not really worried about your life in this deck as far as awakening goes, and I will show you that later on in the video. So next we are playing 3 SS Son Goku Legend Personified. It has unique, when this card is played, draw 1 card. Activate main bond 3 once per turn. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, this card gains plus 21k power until the start of your next main phase. So not a bad card, replaces itself, and it can get a pretty big attack buff if you have 3 or more battle cards in play along with this one. But most of the time we are charging this for the energy. So next we are playing 3 Son Goku facing Goku Black. So auto, when this card is played, look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 yellow Saiyan card with an energy cost of 4 or less, or 1 yellow Unison with a specified cost of 1 from among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Of course, we're not too worried about that skill. Sometimes we do want to get a search off, but most of the time I am charging this. Next we have 2 copies of Goku and Vegeta Saiyan Synergy. Counterattack, negate the attack, and then play this card in rest mode. So it gives us another negate or gives us energy fodder. So next we are playing 2 Son Goku and Vegeta Alliance of Rivals. Again, we're not going to worry about this skill because we are just using it for charging. Now into the Vegito package we're playing. We are playing 4 copies of Vegito Polymorphic Potara. Activate main for 1 energy. Place this card in your drop area from your hand. If your leader is a Vegito card, choose up to 1 Son Goku and 1 Vegeta card in your deck or drop area with an energy cost of 2 or less. Negate their skills and play them in rest mode. Shuffle your deck if you look through it. And you can't play non-Vegito battle cards for the duration of the turn. At the end of the turn, place all battle cards played into the battle area by this skill into their owner's drop area. So now most decks that are not Vegito decks don't like this card, but however, this deck really likes it because we barely play anything but Vegito cards. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We are playing 4 copies of Vegito Resolve Combined. It has Barrier, Union, Potara. If your leader card is a red Vegito card and you draw 2 cards, a Son Goku and Vegeta. Activate main / battle for 2 red. Play up to 1 Vegito card with an energy cost of 7 or less from your deck on top of this card, then shuffle your deck. Activate main for 4 red. Choose up to 1 Vegito card with an energy cost of 10 or less in your hand and play it on top of this card. So you do have targets for both skills in this deck. What I like to do is just swing and then activate battle, play a 7 cost Vegito on top of it that has triple strike, and we will go over to that card once we get to it. So next, we are playing 3 SSB Vegito enveloped in Fighting Spirit. It has triple strike and barrier. We're not going to worry about the permanent skill because that is not relevant to the deck. Auto, when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So that's a really good effect. Unfortunately, it doesn't ignore barrier, but it's fine. And the last effect we're not worried about either. Next, we are playing 3 copies of Hyper Brush SSB Vegito. So we're not worried about Union Potara because this is usually our target for the Vegito Resolves Combined. It does have triple strike. It says auto, when you play this card, if your leader card is Vegito, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and up to 1 of the cards in your opponent's hands and place them in the drop area. Then draw 2 cards. Then you may choose up to 2 cards in your life and add them to your hand. So this card is super good, especially when you sneak it out on your opponent, because they're now dealing with a 25k triple strike that also disrupted their board and disrupted their hand. So this card's really good. Next, for our secret rare, we are running Power of Potara, Vegito, Kefla, and Zamasu. So this card's very easy to bring out in the deck, and I will show you that later on. It has triple strike, ultimate, energy exhaust, permanent. If your opponent has 6 or more energy or has 6 or more cards in rest mode, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3, which we are not worried about because we can cheat this out. Auto, when you play this card, choose up to 4 of your opponent's cards, switch them to rest mode, and draw 4 cards. So that skill right there is absolutely insane. You can rest your opponent's energy, you can rest their battle cards, and you get to draw 4 cards. So this card is absolutely crazy. I love this card for this deck. Next, we are running 2 Omega Shenron's Unfeeling Retribution. It has Deflect, Triple Strike. Permanent, when this card's power would be reduced, it gets plus 5k power until the start of the next turn instead. If this happens, negate the skill until the start of the next turn. Activate main, limit 1 for 2 red. If your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card, or a red Z leader, and you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. Activate battle once per turn. Choose up to 1 battle card or unison, and it gets minus 3k power for the turn for each of your Z energy. Additionally, if your leader is a Z leader, choose up to 1 battle card or unison, and it gets minus 30k power for the turn. So this is pretty good, can kill almost anything on the board. So next, we are running 3 copies of SS Son Gohan Defeating the Demon. Basically counterplay, and you can give something minus 20k. It has unique, double strike, and blocker. Next, for our super combo, we are running 4 copies of Vegeta Proud Warrior. This is basically the super combo where you combo with it and it brings out a blocker Cyberman for the turn. Next, for our extra cards, we are running 3 copies of Senzu Bean. Everybody knows what this card does. Everybody loves it. We're running 3 Explosive Dance. One of the best floodgates in the game for red right now. Basically negates the attack, and when your opponent would attack, they have to put Z energy in their drop equal to the power of the attacking card. For our last bit of cards in the main deck, we are running 2 Testing the Oppositions, Token Negates. Every deck should run them. Now for our Z deck, we are running one copy of the SSB Vegito, a new look, which is our Z leader for the deck. It has double strike, awaken for 1 red and 1 Z energy, and the only requirement is a red Vegito. And it has the same permanent as the leader, making to where Gokus and Vegetas are different colors. Activate main once per turn. If you have 3 or more energy and you choose one of your Vegito Z battle cards, play up to 1 Vegito card with an energy cost of 8 from your hand on top of the chosen card. That's what makes this card absolutely ridiculous, because of the fact you can free play out your 8-drop Vegetos with no cost whatsoever. It is absolutely dumb. Activate main once per turn. Place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, draw 2 cards, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and return it to its owner's hand. That card is absolutely dumb. Like, there is really no downside to this at all. So next, for our Z extra card, we are playing 1 10x Kamehameha Mighty Blast. Activate battle. Place 1 of your Z energy in your drop, then remove this card from the game. Choose up to 1 of your cards and it gets plus 15k power for the battle. Activate battle for 1 red. If your leader is red and you place 3 of your Z energy in your drop and remove this card from the game, draw 1 card and choose up to 1 of your cards and it gets plus 15k power for the battle. Then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 25k power for the turn. So this card's really good. I love this card so much. Next, we are playing 4 copies of SS Vegito, ready when you are. It has deflect, permanent. If there are 3 or more colors in your Z energy, this card gains barrier. Auto when this card is played, look up to 7 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Vegito card from among them to your hand, shuffle your deck, and if you added a card to your hand, place 1 card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. So this is your main searcher for the deck. Of course, it's a Z battle card, but you bring this out almost every turn until you kill your opponent. Activate main. If your leader card is a red Vegito card, it's front side facing up, and you have 2 or more energy, remove this card from the game, flip 1 of your leaders to its backside, and draw 2 cards. So this card basically allows you to awaken on turn 2. This card's insane. This deck could not run without this card. Straight up. So very good card to have. Next, we're running 1 copy of Beerus Airy Annihilator. It has barrier. Auto when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater than their current energy and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. And this card gains plus 5k power for the turn. Activate main once per turn for 2 blue. If your opponent has 3 or more energy, switch this card to active mode, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck, and this card gains dual attack for the turn. So this card's dumb. I love this card. I think everybody loves this card at this point. So next, we are going to be playing 1 Cell Awakening of the Created. So this card is a great board wiper. Deflect, critical. Auto when this card is played, choose all of your opponent's battle cards with energy costs of 5 or less and place them under this card. Activate main once per turn. If 1 or more cards are under this card and you place all of them in their owner's drops, switch this card to active mode. Additionally, if you use this card's skill to place 4 or more cards in their drop, this card gains triple strike for the turn. So it basically becomes a triple strike critical. This card's absolutely insane. Plus 25k power with a couple combos added to it is not easy to get over. Next, we're running 1 copy of Rush Attack SSB Vegeta. Deflect. Auto when this card attacks, use up to 1 mono red card with 5k combo power in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. Additionally, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards or unisons and it gets minus 15k power for the turn. Activate main once per turn. If you have 4 or more Z energy, switch this card to active mode and it gets plus 10k power, double strike, and barrier for the turn. So really, we don't worry about this card too much because we don't charge a lot of Z energy in this deck, but it does come in handy when it does come up. Finally, for our Z deck, we are playing 1 SSB Vegeta Surmounting the Impossible. And shout out to my friend Andrew Klinger for sending me this card, as well as sending me those beautiful Gohan defeating the demons that you saw earlier. Actually, I have to give him credit for this deck because he is the one that sent me this deck. So shout out to him. Thank you so much, Andrew. This card has unique and I'm not going to worry about the first effect because it has to do with a leader that we're not running. Auto place one card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. When this card is played, add up to one card from your life to your hand and draw one card. So that's it for the deck, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, leave any thoughts and suggestions down below in the comments. Share this video. Be sure to share the channel. Let's grow this channel together. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.